Breathe in, child of Earth. The winds have shifted. What you once called home is no longer as it seemed, and what you once feared is about to become your greatest strength. The heavens have begun to write a new chapter in your name, and the pages are trembling with prophecy. This May, the stars are not merely watching you, they are weaving around you. The full moon in Scorpio on May 12th casts its silver gaze into the heart of your bloodline, revealing shadows long kept hidden behind smiles, duties, and inherited silence. This moon does not whisper, it howls. It breaks illusions tied to your family, your origins, your roots. It pulls up the truth like weeds in sacred soil, truths you may have sensed for years but dared not name. Before we go deeper into the revelations unfolding in your life, I want to pause and invite you, if this message is already resonating in your soul, if you feel seen in these words, subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment below and share with me. What part of this is already happening in your life? Your story matters, and this is a space where your voice is sacred. This is not a gentle unwrapping. It's the unraveling of ancestral threads, tangled by generations of secrets, expectations, and quiet resentment. Yet with every unraveling, space is made for clarity, for choice, for healing. If you've been feeling watched, judged, or burdened by the invisible expectations of relatives, living or past, know this: the time has come to sever the cords of guilt and rewrite your lineage's story in your own tongue. On May 17th, Uranus, the planet of awakening, conjuncts the sun in your sign. This celestial detonation cracks open the shell you've outgrown. A personal earthquake shakes your identity, asking, who are you now, beyond the stories told about you? Who are you without the weight of what your family needed you to be? This is not chaos, Taurus. It is liberation disguised as disruption. Let the tremble come. You were not born to be domesticated by blood, by duty, or by outdated roles. Only days before, on May 10th, Mercury slips into your sign. Words that once tangled on your tongue now come forth with surprising clarity. This is your moment to speak, not from anger, but from truth. The clarity is divine. Use it to draw boundaries where your energy has been siphoned. Use it to declare what no longer belongs in your sacred field. Your family may not understand at first. They may resist, but your soul was not forged for their approval. It was forged to bring light to old shadows, and the light is here. By May 20th, as the sun glides into Gemini, your attention sharpens around worth, financial, emotional, spiritual. You will begin to see where your family dynamics have mirrored scarcity and survival, and you will have the power to choose differently. Money is not the only currency. Energy is, affection is, time is. You begin to understand how you've overgiven, under-received, and held together what was never yours to fix. And what of the pain in your chest? The strange sense of heaviness you've carried through your days? That, beloved Taurus, is the grief of your lineage moving through you. The ache is real. It is old. It is not all yours, and yet you've been carrying it as if it were. This month asks you to return what does not belong. You are the turning point of your bloodline. You are the healing breath your ancestors prayed for. There is a figure in your family, perhaps a matriarch or someone with quiet power, whose voice echoes in your decisions. This person once ruled your heart with fear or with silence, but now you rise, not in rebellion, but in sovereignty. You are becoming the sacred disruption to the patterns that have bound generations. And yes, there is a rift, a breaking, perhaps even a confrontation looming. You were not born to uphold a lineage when built on repression. You were born to be the one who changes everything, and you are not alone. Behind you, I see the hands of your ancestors, not the ones who wounded you, but the ones who wept for the very healing you now embody. They are guiding this transformation. They are walking with you as you replant the soil of your family with truth, dignity, and spiritual integrity. This month is not about reconciliation, it is about recognition. Recognition of who you are and who you will no longer pretend to be. Some family members may fall away. Let them. Some may fight harder to keep you small. Do not engage. Rise. Choose silence if needed, but hold the line. You are not abandoning your family. You are liberating yourself, and in doing so, liberating them too, even if they do not see it yet. And amidst this familial awakening, do not be surprised if memories flood your dreams, or if you feel drawn to rituals of cleansing, smoke, fire, salt, silence. Follow those impulses. They are sacred. Your spirit knows what it needs. You may also find a mirror in someone from your past, perhaps a figure who once loved you in half measures, who now watches your rise from the shadows. Do not run from this echo. Face it with compassion, but remain rooted in the version of yourself that no longer waits for someone else's permission to shine. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. This, Taurus, is your season of soul reclamation, and the first gift the universe gives you is vision, to see the truth behind the curtain, to know what must end so something real can begin. Hold still, feel it. The earth beneath you does not shake in vain. It shakes because something new, something holy is trying to emerge. Your rebirth has already begun. The veil grows thinner now, Taurus, not just between worlds, but between what you feel and what can no longer be denied. The truths that once whispered in dreams are beginning to speak aloud through signs, synchronicities, and sacred discomfort. Every sensation, every tension in your body, every inexplicable pull of the heart, it's all guiding you home, not to the home you came from, but the one your soul has always longed to remember. In the wake of May's celestial choreography, your senses heighten. As Mercury continues its journey through your sign, your thoughts align with purpose. Your voice, long restrained by politeness or fear of rejection, now trembles with power. You are learning that truth, spoken with heart and rooted in spirit, has the capacity to heal, even as it disrupts. You may find yourself craving solitude, not loneliness, but sacred aloneness. In this silence, your ancestors speak louder. In this stillness, clarity blooms. The full moon in Scorpio has stirred the waters of your emotional depths, exposing unhealed wounds from childhood, ancestral expectations, and the silent burdens passed down like heirlooms. It is time to offer them up to the flame. They are not yours to keep. This is not a time to mend what was never whole. It is a time to bless what cannot be changed, and in doing so, change everything. If someone in your family once clipped your wings in the name of tradition, let them witness your flight now. If they cannot understand your expansion, send them love from afar, but do not slow your ascent. The Sun conjunct Uranus continues to activate breakthroughs in your sense of self. What once terrified you, independence, confrontation, bold decisions, now feels like air entering your lungs after too long beneath the surface. You were not meant to exist in the mold others made for you. You were made to crack it open and birth something never seen before. And amid this rebirth, an unexpected messenger approaches. Someone from your past, or perhaps a soul newly arrived in your orbit, steps forward with a message that stirs your core. Their presence is not random. They are a catalyst. Whether they bring healing or a final goodbye, they bring movement. Pay attention to how your body reacts in their presence. Your soul knows before your mind can comprehend. Spiritually, you're being asked to cleanse your field. Let go of the talismans and totems of an identity you've outgrown. Your spirit is shedding layers. Expect to feel fatigued, sensitive, even emotionally raw. These are symptoms of your initiation. Rest, hydrate, write, burn. Speak aloud to your guides, your ancestors, your higher self. The veil is thin, and your prayers are being heard. You may feel grief surfacing in waves. Let it. Cry, without censor. These are not tears of despair, they are sacred waters washing away what no longer aligns. Let them fall, let them baptize the new self that is rising through you. Within the family sphere, dynamics begin to shift subtly. Those who once held power over you may begin to unravel before your eyes, not as punishment, but as revelation. Their pain, their fear, their need for control becomes visible. And in that clarity, your own freedom is born. Compassion does not mean returning to what hurt you. It means releasing the story that you must suffer to be loved. If there is a father figure or a masculine presence whose voice echoes in your decisions, it may arise now for healing. Whether through memory, conversation, or confrontation, the universe invites you to witness the wound, not to reopen it, but to let it finally close. Not all healing is reunion. Some of it is sacred distance. And then, like a hush in the middle of a storm, a moment of serenity arrives. You may receive a gesture, small in appearance but immense in vibration, a message, a hand offered, a door opened. This is your sign that you are not walking alone. It is your confirmation that the work you've done in silence has been seen. Remember, not every blessing arrives with fanfare. Some come as soft as a sigh in the dark, as quiet as a feather landing at your feet. Trust them. Receive them. They are the response to the part of you that never gave up, even when no one was watching. And in the matter of love, Taurus, how your heart longs to be met, to be seen not as a provider or protector, but as the sacred, sensual, sovereign being you are. The universe hears this longing. Someone, new or returning, is feeling the magnetic pull of your transformation. They may not yet have the words, but their energy is already reaching for yours. Let them come, but let them meet the version of you who has crossed the fire and emerged radiant. You owe it to yourself to no longer shrink for love. The one meant for you will never ask you to dim your light. They will sit beside you, awed by your glow, and rise with you. As the sun prepares to enter Gemini, prepare for a shift in conversation, internally and externally. What you name becomes real. So name your dreams, Taurus. Name your desires. Speak them into the sacred air. The cosmos is listening. And your time, beloved soul, has only just begun. You are walking a path that many fear to tread, Taurus. This is not the journey of the comfortable or the complacent. It is the sacred pilgrimage of the awakened. And as you continue to answer the soul call of destiny, the universe begins to rearrange itself in your favor, not always gently, but always divinely. You may notice it now, the small things that once slipped by unnoticed, the glances that linger longer than they should, the words people don't say that speak louder than the ones they do. Your senses are no longer dulled. You are alive in ways you haven't been in years. The veil has lifted, and every encounter holds a message. Family energies swirl around you like ancestral winds, some carrying warmth and blessing, others cold and constrictive. This month, you're not just reacting to family patterns, you're transforming them. The full moon in Scorpio unearthed emotional fossils buried deep within your familial landscape. And now, under its residual glow, you're ready to rebalance the karmic scale. You've felt it, the tension when you speak your truth, the discomfort it causes in those used to your silence. Your very healing threatens the structure they cling to. Let them be uncomfortable. Do not retreat to make others feel safe. You are not here to uphold the lie that silence is peace. There is power in the no you now say. There is magic in the boundaries you place with those who once shaped your identity through guilt or obligation. This is your sacred act of revolution, reclaiming your space, your voice, your light. The sun's dance with Uranus continues to reverberate through your nervous system. Electric insights arrive without warning. Dreams carry messages encoded with prophecy. Your intuition is a drumbeat now, steady and urgent. You are becoming who you were always meant to be, unapologetically, unmistakably, undeniably you. If you've made it this far, Taurus, it's not by accident. Your spirit led you here. So take a moment now, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and tell me in the comments what this message is awakening inside you. I read every word. Your energy helps this message reach the hearts that need it most. And yes, it can feel lonely. The space between who you were and who you're becoming is often barren of familiar faces, but that space is holy. That emptiness is not abandonment, it is preparation. Spirit is clearing the room so that when new souls enter your life, they do not find the fragments of your old self, but the full embodiment of your divine truth. In this silence, you will hear your own heartbeat again. You will recognize your own desires, not the ones projected onto you, but the real, raw wants that come from your core. Honor them, speak them aloud. They are sacred. A cycle is ending, Taurus, one that began long before you were born. It may be subtle or seismic, but you are closing chapters written by ancestors who could only dream of the choices you now have the courage to make. This is ancestral alchemy. This is healing that echoes through bloodlines. And while you do this deep inner work, the material world begins to respond. An opportunity may arise now, unexpected, unfamiliar, but deeply aligned. A chance to step into a role that reflects who you are becoming, not who you were. It might come through a contact you thought long gone, or a stranger carrying a message you didn't know you needed. Do not dismiss it. Synchronicity is Spirit's handwriting. You are being guided toward greater abundance, not just in wealth, but in self-worth, in soulful connection, in spiritual purpose. You are no longer chasing security, you are embodying it. A financial situation that has weighed on your heart begins to shift. It may not resolve overnight, but the energy around it softens. Help arrives in a form you didn't anticipate. Not charity, but reciprocity. The universe is repaying you for all the times you gave from your emptiness, for all the times you held others up when no one held you. Receive it, Taurus, without guilt, without minimizing. You are not asking for too much. You are allowing yourself to receive what has long been yours by divine right. In love, your heart is speaking clearly now. If someone from your past returns, it's not to repeat old patterns, it's to reflect how far you've come. Whether you reopen the door or offer them closure is up to you, but let your choice come from sovereignty, not nostalgia. There is also someone new circling your energy, perhaps already in your orbit, watching quietly, honoring your space. They are not rushing, not pushing. They feel you, respect your pace. Let them show you what safe love feels like. And for some of you, a choice looms between the known and the true, between comfort and soul, between the illusion of safety and the adventure of alignment. Choose with your spirit, not your fear. Your heart already knows the way. The astrological landscape continues to support your rebirth. Mars, the planet of courage and action, is moving through Cancer, encouraging emotional boldness and heartfelt initiative. Now is not the time for retreat. Now is the time to act on the truths you've uncovered, even if your voice shakes. If you've been yearning to move, to shift homes, cities, or simply to create sacred space where you are, trust that impulse. You are not meant to bloom in poisoned soil. Create sanctuary. Whether external or internal, let your space reflect your evolution. And as May deepens, so too does your capacity to hold both sorrow and joy. You are not either or, you are both and. You are the storm and the bloom, the ending and the birth. Let your complexity be your power. You are not breaking the family, you are breaking the cycle. You are not leaving anyone behind, you are leading the way forward. You are not lost, you are becoming. Let yourself become. There comes a point on every sacred path when the silence between one breath and the next holds the weight of 1,000 lifetimes. Taurus, you are now in that stillness, the threshold between who you were told to be and who you are finally allowing yourself to become. It may feel like nothing is moving, but everything is. Behind the curtains of your everyday life, the universe is rearranging timelines in your favor. This month is not about doing, it's about being. being present with your pain, being honest with your longing, being faithful to the vision that only you can hold. And yes, that vision will ask for sacrifice. The sacrifice of illusions, the surrender of control, the death of personas crafted to survive a world that never made space for your full truth. But what is dying is not your essence. It is the mask, the one you wore to be accepted, loved, understood. Now it is time to be seen, not through the eyes of others, but through the lens of your own divinity. During this process, you may notice a deep fatigue, a tiredness that sleep cannot mend. This is soul-deep exhaustion. You have been carrying generations on your back, and now the weight begins to lift, not because someone comes to take it from you, but because you choose to set it down. Release, Taurus. Not all that you hold was meant to be yours. Release the grief that is not yours to grieve. Release the guilt inherited from a lineage that taught love through martyrdom. Release the burden of holding everyone else together while you slowly come undone. The healing of your family does not rest on your shoulders. It radiates from your transformation. And this transformation is not theoretical, it's physical. Your body is changing. You may feel tension in your back, your shoulders, your neck. Those are the places where old stories have been stored. As you rewrite those stories, the energy must leave. Let it, cry it out, sweat it out, breathe it out, move, dance, clean, purge. There is sacred medicine in release. And as you release, you make space for joy, for passion, for people who speak your soul's language. These beings are closer than you think. One, in particular, watches you from the edge of your world, unsure if they are allowed in. They sense your power. They see your transformation, but they also see your protectiveness. Let them in slowly, if you wish. But do not close the gate out of habit. You are not meant to protect yourself from love forever. You are not meant to live in emotional isolation just because pain once disguised itself as affection. The Venusian spirit within you craves softness, sensuality, connection. That craving is not weakness, it is guidance. It's how your soul remembers who you are. And what of the one who once held your heart in trembling hands but could never match your depth? They may reappear, sensing the space you've reclaimed. But remember, their return is not always an invitation. It can be a test. A moment to choose the new over the known, the healed over the familiar, your future over the past. Choose wisely, not from fear but from self-love, the kind of love that says, I honor where we've been, but I no longer live there. Meanwhile, the material world begins to shimmer with new possibilities. A financial issue, one that once felt like a heavy anchor, is beginning to dissolve. Slowly, subtly, but steadily. Someone offers a hand, an email arrives, a bill is forgiven. A chance opens where none existed before. Do not brush these miracles aside. Do not call them coincidences. They are confirmations. The universe is responding to your shift. This is the law of spiritual magnetism. When you clear your field of what drains you, life rushes in with what will sustain you. You are learning not just to survive, but to receive. And what you're receiving now is not pity, not charity, but recognition, compensation, completion. And while you gather these blessings, keep listening. The cosmos is whispering, in the rustle of leaves, in the lines of a song, in the pause before sleep. There are messages meant only for you. You are becoming a vessel of wisdom, not just for yourself, but for those around you. Do not underestimate your influence. Your transformation is contagious. Your refusal to settle is a lighthouse. Your authenticity is a permission slip for others to do the same. And so you rise, Taurus. Not because life is easy, but because your soul no longer accepts smallness. You are not here to replicate the past. You are here to resurrect something holy. And that resurrection begins with your choice, your daily, gritty, beautiful choice to walk in truth. Let the world adjust to your light. You were not born to dim. You've come so far, Taurus, not by accident, not by chance, but by soul design. Every tear you swallowed in silence, every betrayal you buried inside your chest, every sacrifice no one noticed, they were the steps on your sacred path. And now, as May reaches its closing chapters, the cosmos kneels before you, not to crown you, but to remind you. You were always the flame. The portals have opened. The energetic tides have shifted. What was once stagnant now moves. What felt distant now knocks at your door. You are no longer hoping. You are no longer waiting. You are remembering. Remembering your worth, remembering your purpose, remembering that no storm has ever broken the mountain that is your spirit. And yet, even now, a part of you hesitates, afraid that this light might disappear like the others before it, afraid that trusting again will only lead to pain. But this, beloved Taurus, is not a repeat. It is a return to self, a return to alignment, a return to a version of you that never stopped believing in the beauty that could still be born from your pain. There is still one final release, one more cord to cut. You know what it is. Maybe it's a habit, a name, a place, a version of you that clings to survival while your soul reaches for joy. Whatever it is, let it go. Not with rage, not with resentment, but with reverence. Thank it for what it taught you. Bow to the role it played, and then walk forward. Because what's coming now demands all of you. Not your mask, not your wounds, not your past, but your whole, luminous, unfiltered self. The love that enters will ask for depth, not performance. The opportunities will seek resonance, not resume. The abundance will flow not because you chased it, but because you became the version of you that it was always seeking. And oh, Taurus, how brightly you shine when you're no longer trying to earn your place. In your family, the ripple continues. Someone you never expected may reach out, not to argue, but to acknowledge. An old pattern may dissolve without a fight, simply because you no longer feed it. Forgiveness, in its truest form, may unfold, not as reconciliation, but as release. You stop needing the apology. You become the closure. Within your body, too, the shift becomes undeniable. A new vitality emerges. You feel lighter. You move differently. Food tastes richer. Colors feel more vibrant. This is not imagination. It is embodiment. Your spirit has landed. Your healing is taking form. You may be called now to speak, to teach, to share your story. Do not underestimate the power of your voice. You who once trembled to speak are now the thunder that wakes the sleeping. You who once whispered your dreams are now the drumbeat that reminds others of their own. And in love, the story becomes sacred. Someone sees you, truly sees you, not as potential, not as a project, but as presence. They don't rush. They don't demand. They simply reflect your light. This is not fantasy. This is the reward of every time you chose yourself, even when it hurt. You may feel afraid to trust it. That's okay. Let it be slow. Let it be true. But don't turn away from it out of habit. Don't dismiss it because it feels unfamiliar. Remember, healthy love is supposed to feel like peace, not performance. And if you are still alone, know this. The solitude has not been punishment. It has been preparation. You are not waiting. You are aligning. You are not behind. You are in perfect rhythm. The one meant for you is not ahead or behind. They are converging, just like you, just like now. So breathe, inhale your power, exhale your past, and repeat after me, Taurus. I release what is not mine. I receive what is. I am no longer surviving. I am living, and it is safe now, safe to hope, safe to love, safe to rise. Your name has been spoken in rooms of light. Your soul has been seen by the divine. Your heart has always been worthy, and now it is time. Time to bloom, time to belong, time to begin again without fear, without apology, without delay. The rest of your story, Taurus, is not written in ink. It is written in fire, and you, my love, are the spark. And if this reading stirred something deep within you, if your heart is still echoing with the truths we uncovered, subscribe now and let your voice be heard in the comments. This is more than a reading. It's a soul journey we walk together, and your presence here, it means everything.